Nobody tells you how terrifying black holes really are. One of them could swallow our entire solar system like it was nothing. And there are bigger ones still. In about 10 minutes, you're going to feel smaller than you've ever felt in your entire life. Because I'm about to show you something that doesn't just make you feel insignificant, it makes you question whether size even means anything anymore. By the end of this video, you won't just understand black holes. You'll feel them in your chest, in your bones, and you'll never look at the night sky the same way again. Let's go. The human. Let's start with you. You, right now, sitting there watching this, the average human being is about 1.7 meters tall. Let's call it 1.7 meters. That's our baseline. That's our anchor. Everything we compare from here on out is going to be measured against you. Now, before we jump straight to black holes and existential terror, let's build up slowly. Let's see how you compare to things you already know. Because the scale we're about to climb is so absurd, so incomprehensibly vast, that if we don't build it step by step, your brain will just shut down. So let's start small. Let's start with something you can see. The planet Earth, the planet you're standing on right now. It has a diameter of about 12,742 kilometers. That's 12,742,000 meters. You are 1.7 meters tall. So how many of you would it take to stretch across the Earth? 12,742,000 divided by 1.7 equals about 7.5 million of you. 7.5 million humans, stacked head to toe in a straight line all the way through the center of the planet. That's already hard to picture. But okay, we can handle it. Earth is big, you are small, that tracks. But here's the thing. Earth is nothing, not even close. Let's keep climbing. The sun. The sun, that glowing ball of nuclear fury that gives you life every single day. It has a diameter of about 1.39 million kilometers. That's 1,390,000,000 meters. Divide by your height. 1,390,000,000 divided by 1.7 equals about 818 million of you. 818 million humans stacked head to toe just to cross the sun. And here's what makes that even more disturbing. You could fit about 1.3 million Earths inside the sun. The thing you're standing on, the thing that feels infinite when you're trying to walk across a city, is basically dust compared to the sun. And the sun? The sun is dust compared to what's coming next. The first black hole. Let's talk black holes, but not the big ones. Not yet. Let's start with a stellar mass black hole. These are black holes that form when massive stars much bigger than our sun, collapse in on themselves. A typical stellar black hole formed from about 10 suns would have an event horizon roughly 60 kilometers across. That's 60,000 meters. Doesn't sound that scary, right? I mean, 60 kilometers, that's like driving across a city. But here's the thing. That 60-kilometer wide sphere of absolute darkness contains the mass of about 10 suns. 10 entire suns, each one capable of holding 1.3 million Earths, crushed down into something smaller than many cities. Let me say that again. The mass of 10 suns in 60 kilometers. The density is so extreme, the gravity so violent, that nothing, not light, not information, not even time itself can escape once it crosses that boundary. And compared to you, 60,000 meters divided by 1.7 meters equals about 35,000 of you. You'd need roughly 35,000 people stacked head to toe to cross it. Okay, that's unsettling, but we can still picture it. Now let's go bigger. The supermassive black hole. At the center of our galaxy, the Milky Way, there's a black hole. Not a stellar black hole, a supermassive black hole. It's called Sagittarius A asterisk. And its event horizon is about 25 million kilometers wide. 25 million kilometers. Let me put that in perspective. The distance from Earth to the Sun, the thing we call an astronomical unit, is about 150 million kilometers. Sagittarius A asterisk is about 1/6 the diameter of Earth's entire orbit around the Sun. If you replace the Sun with Sagittarius A asterisk, The event horizon would stretch far beyond Mercury's orbit. Mercury gone, Venus gone. Earth would still survive, but it would orbit terrifyingly close to the edge. And compared to you, 25 billion meters divided by 1.7 equals about 14.7 billion of you. Almost twice the current population of Earth. You'd need every single person alive today, plus billions more, just to make a line across this thing, but we're not done. Not even close. There's a black hole out there. It sits in a distant galaxy about 10.4 billion light years away. It's called Ton 618, and it is one of the largest black holes ever discovered. Its event horizon is about 390 billion kilometers wide. 390 billion kilometers. That is about 2,600 times the distance between Earth and the Sun. If you placed Ton 618 at the center of our solar system, it would swallow everything. The Sun gone, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars gone, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune gone. Even Pluto, sitting out there nearly 6 billion kilometers away, would be deep inside the event horizon. Ton 618 would consume our entire solar system and still have room left over. And compared to you, 390 trillion meters divided by 1.7 meters equals about 229 trillion of you. 229 trillion humans. You would need 229 trillion people stacked head to toe in a perfect line just to stretch across the event horizon of Ton 618. For reference, only about 117 billion humans are estimated to have ever lived in all of history. You'd need every human who has ever existed about 2,000 times over just to cross this thing. That's not a black hole, that's a cosmic abyss. Let's recap because I need you to feel the scale here. You 1.7 meters tall. Earth's diameter, 7.5 million of you. The Sun's diameter, 818 million of you. A stellar black hole, 35,000 of you. Sagittarius A asterisk, 14.7 billion of you. Ton 618, 229 trillion of you. Do you see what just happened? We went from you could drive across a black hole in under an hour to you would need thousands of times the total number of humans who have ever lived just to make a line across it. And here's the terrifying part. Ton 618 isn't science fiction. It's real. It's out there, right now, sitting in the universe. Now let's talk about what it would actually feel like to be near one of these things. Because size is one thing, gravity is another. Let's go back to Sagittarius A asterisk, the supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy. If you were floating near its event horizon, the gravitational pull would be so strong that time itself would slow down, not metaphorically, literally. This is called gravitational time dilation. Clocks closer to massive objects tick slower than clocks farther away. If you had a twin safely far from the black hole and you spent time near the event horizon, you could come back having aged less than they did. Because gravity doesn't just pull on matter, it bends space-time itself. And the closer you get to the event horizon, the more extreme the distortion becomes. At the event horizon itself, to an outside observer, you would appear to slow down and fade away. But from your perspective, you would cross the boundary normally. And once inside, there is no path back out. That's what a black hole does. It doesn't just trap matter, it traps the future itself. Here is the part that should genuinely disturb you. Ton 618 has a mass estimated around 66 billion suns. 66 billion. Each sun could fit about 1.3 million Earths inside it by volume. That means Ton 618 contains the mass equivalent of tens of quadrillions of Earths. A number so large your brain stops treating it like a real quantity. And here's the kicker. The observable universe contains roughly 2 trillion galaxies. Each galaxy has hundreds of billions of stars. And Ton 618, just one black hole, could swallow entire solar systems like they were dust particles. You are not small compared to a black hole. You are microscopic compared to microscopic. You are a blink inside a blink. Let's try one more thing, because I want this to hurt. Light, the fastest thing in the universe, travels at 299,792 kilometers per second. It can circle Earth about 7.5 times in 1 second. Now, how long would light take to cross Ton 618? 390 billion kilometers divided by 299,792 kilometers per second equals about 1.3 million seconds. Convert that to days, and you get about 15 days. It would take light, the fastest thing in existence, 2 full weeks just to cross this black hole. And you? If you could somehow jog at 10 kilometers per hour without ever stopping, it would take you about 4.5 billion years to cross it. Longer than complex life has existed on Earth. You would start running before multicellular animals existed, and you would still be running today. So, how small are you compared to a black hole? Cosmically, mathematically, objectively, you are tiny. A flicker, a speck. 229 trillion of you could not even cross the largest one. But here's the thing. That black hole sitting out there 10 billion light years away devouring matter does not know you exist. It does not care. It cannot think, it cannot feel, it cannot wonder. But you can. You tiny, fragile, impossibly brief figured out it was there. You measured it, you named it, you looked at the universe and said, I want to understand. And that is more powerful than any black hole could ever be, because size does not matter. Consciousness does, and you have it. Ton 618 does not. Next time you look at the night sky, remember, somewhere out there, 10 billion light years away, there is a black hole so large it could swallow our entire solar system thousands of times over. And you know it is there. That is not insignificance. That is transcendence. If this shattered your sense of scale, send it to someone before tomorrow's video drops. And if you want another cosmic nightmare tomorrow, subscribe now, because we are just getting started.